What I'm going to show you now is a couple different things going on right now. We are working on the rear pickup bed of this, and what you're seeing here is the frame, but these are called hat channels, and these channels give support to the underneath of the vehicle. And this is the old hat channel, which was in okay shape, relatively speaking. It did have some deficits right here that we didn't like, but what we've done is we've made a mess of it. So each one of these little holes represents a spot weld or a tack weld. Let's just call it a spot weld, and that spot weld has to be ground out in order that you be able to remove this, because it's spot welded to the bottom, to the underneath part of the bed. So if we turn around here, this is where all the sandblasting is taking place, but this brown spot is what it used to look like across the whole bottom of this bed, and that is just simple surface rust. Nothing major, has not eaten through in any way, shape, or form. It's just surface. Each one of those little silver spots is a tack weld. So that's where that cross member sat, which gave support to this ribbing underneath the bed. We do have a hole right here that we're aware of that we're going to weld. That's not a big deal. But so we've taken off this hat channel, and we're going to replace it with the brand new hat channel that we've made. And this hat channel actually is uniform right across, except for right here it swedges down. It becomes a little bit thinner, so it kind of has an increase in diameter as it goes along. So you can see the new piece that we're installing, and we just kind of put a tack screw in there to, instead of tack welding it, we're just using a tack screw, and it's just holding it right there. So the new piece goes on. Ultimately, what's going to happen is this is here just for a show, but we won't weld this in until we sandblast that section. So there's our brand new hat channel. Here's the other one that we'll remove. This one was restored, or partially restored, many years ago, probably 25 years ago. We talked about this using a brazing technique, and they cut out the section and put a new one in. It held up fairly well. This is the old original. You can see it right there where it's sort of rusted. So we'll remove that one as well, and then put in our second hat channel, and that'll go in there real nice. And you can see that one queued up and ready to go. And we're doing that swedging again right here. We're swedging down so that it comes and it meets, barely touches the frame support. And that is a factory type of design there, so that's what we're doing there. We're also going to do it to these Z channels, which appear up here. The Z channel will be removed, and we'll be replacing one of the Z channels. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Z channels. Really only one needs to be done. So, and also doing a little bed work here. You can see some brazing that happened a couple years ago. It's held up well. It's just something that typically isn't done anymore. There's been improvements. So we'll take care of those issues as well, grind those out. And we decided that we were going to paint the bottom of this bed, and obviously paint the inside of the bed. And this is the inside. You can see some of the heat marks where they've ground out. They haven't gone through though, and that's where it was done from the factory. So we'll recreate that when we put this back together.